Good morning, everybody. This is Richard back at you. It's a beautiful day outside, no wind. We got Miss Teresa on the camera again, and Annie's in the house protecting the house this time. She didn't want to come out. Well, anyway, we have Kevin's 2012 Cadillac in the house, 6L90 tranny that we're going to be building. 6.2 motor, twin turbos, makes way over 1,000 horsepower, so it's really powerful. So we got a few updates that we're going to be doing to it. Hopefully this train will live a little bit longer, and he can put in a little bit more power to it. So we're really excited to be able to put it together for him. But what we have is a 6L90 case here. 6L80, 6L90. The 90 is about so much longer. There definitely is a difference in them, so you want to be careful when you're messing with one. You can see here we put a new bushing in here. This is a coated bushing. It's got a little tiny dimple in the bushing. See it right there? It's got a hole in it. Always try to put that hole right there. We're not going to put a seal back here. This is a two-wheel drive version, so we want to leave the seal out. That way oil pressure can spray on the tail housing bushing and lubricate the yoke. Now if it was a four-wheel drive unit, we'd be putting a seal back here, plugging it up. So we're going to set this down in here. We have all new Sonex bearings. Now, these bearings have already been oiled up, but I'm going to take and put a little bit of lubricant down here on this bushing. And say the bearings have already been soaked. We're going to drop it down in there. See how it sets down in there. Now I've already lubricated the case where the center support's going to slide down in there, because these things are really bad about jamming up, getting them crooked, really hard to get back out. So we've got our planet all cleaned up. We've got our new Sonex lube dam on here. Got all the metal out of there, put a new one on here, cleaned it all up. Everything looks really nice. Put a new bearing in here, polished it up here for a new bushing. Okay. We have a new bearing here. It's already been lubricated. We have our lower ring gear and assembly here. We've already put a new bushing down in here. Always just put a little bit of lubricant on it. Set the bearing down in here. Now what you're going to do, this ring gear is flat on this side, beveled on this side. The flat goes down. Just like that. Got your bearing here. Now you can take and put some lubricant on this. You can stick it down in here like this. Now you notice we have the bushing set below flush because it's got that tab on there. See that? And all of our bushing drivers are special made just to put the bushing down in the right depth. Or excuse me, the bearing down in the right, or the bushing down the depth to make sure the bearing don't touch it. So now we're going to set this down on here. Just going to slowly rotate it. You know, when I do a video, everything's going to be harder, of course.
Yeah, why not?
Nothing's going to be easy. Come on. Come on. There you go. Going to rotate it till that piece slides up in there too. And then you're going to grab it like this and hold it in there. And flip it up just like that. Then you're going to take and put a snap ring in here. It can go in any direction, doesn't matter. It's the same on both sides, doesn't matter where the tail's at. Just stick it in there. We've already put our new seal here for our yoke. We've already polished it up here. It's already got lubricant on it. We've lubricated our bushing, and our bearing has been pre-oiled. Now these things aren't very easy to put in. I don't have the tool to set it down in there, so I'm just going to grab it and I'm going to set it down in there. Just like that. Okay. Now we have another Sonex bearing, been lubricated. If you notice here, it's got a lip. Sets down in there like that, and that gear centers it. It won't let it wobble around. Okay. Got it all greased up on the sides, basically where this is going to be setting. Right here. Now, we've already, let me go grab my air blower. Not sure where it's at, actually. Cody's in the house.
It's hanging right here.
No, I don't. That's a different one.
Oh, well, it's still
This
an
is a
air
different
blower.
one too.
Yeah.
Say what, Cody? Okay. But what you got here, you can air check your clutches. This is your lower reverse. This is your 2.6 clutch. We're going to get our 2.6 one, which is going to be our top one right here. And then your lower reverse one here is going to be the bottom. And the bottom here, then your lube circuit. Okay. Now we've already taken the waves out of this clutch pack here, your 2.6 clutch, and then restacked it and re-clearanced it. Same way down here, we didn't take the wave or anything out. We just put it all back original back here because this here isn't going to be a clutch that's going to be applied at 8,000 RPM. This clutch here is, so we want to get the wave out of there. Got new bushings, new Sonex bearing. Now, anytime you air check these holes though, you do have bleed orifices back here. So these will not air check tight. If you want it to air check tight, you're going to blow in here and you're going to come back here and plug that hole. Find the one that leaks and air check it. That way, you know you don't have no issues. That's for sure. Okay, now we're going to set this down in there. You got to be really careful because these things can get cocked and they're really tough to set it down in there real gently. Then you're going to go down here and you're going to grab the output shaft and you're going to spin it and it's going to fall. Then you can see your snap ring groove right here. Then you're going to take old yellow right here and you're going to put this snap ring down in there. I like to put it about the 4 or 5 o'clock position, about like that right there. Now it is flat on the bottom side of the snap ring, the top side is beveled. The beveled goes up, just remember that. Looks really good there. Just remember your bearing. Then you're going to come in here and you're going to grab one of your shells. Now I've already put new bushings here. These are stepped too. Remember, see how they're set below flush. And then you got your golf ball bushing, I call it. That looks like a golf ball. And plus it's set below surface too. So this has already been Scotch Brighted up, nice and clean, shiny. Bearing. Then you're going to set this down in here. Then you're going to slowly work it until it falls, just like that. Then you're going to grab this bearing, Sonex bearing. Actually, you're going to put a little bit of lubricant on your golf ball bushing right there. Set that bearing down in there. Same way, this bearing's got a lip on it right there, and it sets down there by that bushing, and that centers that bearing. Okay. Always Scotch Brite it up here where your bushing's going to be running. Put a little bit of lubricant on it. Don't need to be crazy. And then you're going to take this and set it down in there. Just like that. Okay, this is what I like about this really exciting piece here. We've been waiting on this here to come in. Got it. This is our Sonex 456 billet clutch hub. Right here. This is the best piece on the market right now. Let me tell you guys, there's nothing better out there ever. But what we can do is we can put power glide clutches in here in our 456 clutch drum. They've shrunk this down right here. Let me show you. What they've done is shrunk this piece down so you could get a wider clutch in there. I've already moved a lot of things around. Let me go get a power glide clutch so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Really big upgrade. Now you can see here, this is the power glide clutch. This is your factory clutch. So what they did is they had to shrink this hub down to get more clutch material to go towards the center like this. So what they did is they had to redesign the steels. This is a Power Glide steel. This is a factory steel. So they had to make a steel that had multiple teeth on splines on it like this, and plus make it wider. Okay. They did also do some work to the piston. There's a kit you can buy. You get the pistons and you get the ply plate and the top plate here. But that's a big update right there, guys. You have to do it. You get a billet shaft. These shafts are bad about breaking off here, down here. The drums or the hub's bad about breaking. So you got multiple areas that's bad about breaking. But this race right here does come off and on. So you do have to put a Sonex race on there along with your new Sonex bearing down here. Put a little oil on it. Now when you do use this hub here, you do away with the dampener on the inside. You're going to put it in just like you see it right there. Now a lot of people say, I'm going to show you this here too, because Sonex, they do awesome work. If they see any type of disformity or the shaft might be a little bit off or anything like that, they go in there and they straighten these. These are straightening marks. Nothing wrong with the shaft. It's just Sonex puts it on the number. So if you see them dots, your shaft, the paperwork will talk about it. I've already, I think it's in here. Let me show you real quick. This is the box that come in. There it is. Seeing spots. These spots are okay. So don't have to worry about that. Just read the instructions. But anyway, we're going to slide this down in there just like this. Actually, we're going to grab this bearing. I want to talk about this one here. Another Sonex bearing. You can see those three little tabs? They're pointing up. Real easy to put it down. So you want to make sure, put a little oil on there, a little bit of lubricant, and put it down there, tabs up. Okay. And you're going to set that down in there just like that. Just like that. Now we've got our new bushing in here. We've got our new Power Glide clutches in here all set up. Got our planetary, our sun gear. Now there's a bearing down in here and there's a thrust washer. Let me take this out to show you, just so you know what I'm talking about. Here we have a thrust washer here. We have a new Sonex bearing here. The sun gear can go in either direction, but this does have to go down like this. Sun gear, actually leave that out for a minute. I'm going to kind of hit my rings again. Resize them and make sure they're where they need to be. Kind of hold it there just a little bit. Pull that back off. You're going to set your sun gear down in there. Then you're going to put a little bit more oil on them rings. Make sure they look really nice. Centered. Well, there you go. Now you're going to take this and set this down in here. Now all these clearances, anytime you take a wave out, you have to recheck everything. So. Just grab, lightly snap that on there. Okay, that solidness. Okay, there you go. Same here with our 1, 2, 3, 4 clutch, our third, fifth, and reverse clutch. Like I said, we air checked all this, set the clearances. So 1, 2, 3, 4 clutch. And we have our third, fifth, and reverse clutch. And pull that out there like that. Have all new bushings and bearings. Put a little oil on here. And then you have this special tool right here. And then you're going to take and set it down on here. There is no bearing that goes in between here and here. That's how it sets on there, okay? And you're just going to set here. Normally this goes pretty quick, as long as you have this tool. Hear that solidness? Just mess with it, make sure. That don't sound right yet. Come on. That sounds solid. There you go. Take that off. And move everything to the side. Now our pump's been put all together with the zip kit. We went with now this is a new bell housing, new pump setter. It's never been used. We're using only brand new items right now. But we went with the Solenoid zip kit PR valve, but we went with their HD boost valve. So we went with a little bit larger boost valve that's in their zip kit. We really want to bump the pressure up on this car. We want it to last and hold. We put a billet pump rotor. We put the HD pump slide spring. We did everything of this possible that we can. So it's up to the tuner to really make this thing work and live. So. Now if you notice here we do have a dowel. This is going to set, there's no gasket. Everything, all the fluid travels through these ports here instead of going through your bell housing like a 400, 4L60E, anything like that. Nothing goes through the bell housing like that. And after I rebuild these, put this back together, I've already had a converter in this thing and it's never even been in the tranny. So after I do it, I set my converter up, I set it in there, and then I make sure that it all spins good. Kind of look through the hole. What you got, Tricia?
Oh, no.
No. Oh, I did want to talk about these. These come without these seals down in here for your cooler lines. Now that is a plug, but when you push your cooler line bypass kit or your cooler lines in there, you will knock a hole through that. That is some really soft rubber, but it's just keep anything from getting in the pump. So really soft.
Oh, it is soft.
And it's already almost cut all the way through, so you can push through there real easy. But it keeps trash from getting in there, so you use the gasket and those.
Well, that's cool.
So just look through the stator hole, follow it over here, kind of come down. So you'll move it around a little bit. There it goes, fell down on there. Look at that, flush. Remember I had our big O-ring that I was on there. Nice and flush. We have our front seal. We have our snap ring installed in our front seal. These seals you can put in with your thumb, seriously. And then the snap ring is what holds it in. There's no fluid around these bolts at all, but I do like to put some anti-seize on there on the thread and a little bit on the head of the bolt.
Sorry.
These torque at 53 foot-pounds, but I like to do it about half first and then come in here and put the 53 on there.
So when you get close to that, you might smack me with it.
Now when you tighten these first, I go across from each other's and I'll pull it down where it stops on both sides like that. It stopped really, but all you're crushing is that rubber O-ring in there. But you had a dowel that keeps it lined up, so. Come on.
I'd be afraid I'd stick my face down there. Trying to see.
Yeah, this is all special
Years
stuff
of-
right here.
Yeah, but I mean, while you're using it.
Kind of come around, snug them a little bit with your speed handle. Plus we have our new lockup O-ring here. And you can take and kind of grab the input shaft once you got it kind of snug. Good. So I'll check that here in a minute. I'll just give you guys kind of an idea of what we're doing. I'll take this small one here. So it's 53, this only goes to 50. So I'm not going to put that much stress on this. So I'll go about 30 probably. Kind of just move it around. Don't want to stress out the small torque wrenches. And you got a good one over there that should tell you the number. Brand new torque wrench here. Really like it a lot. I do the same thing. That's why I like to put anti-seize on these. These bolts are so, they almost feel like they're aluminum. They're kind of, I want to say cheap, but I'll just go around them now. Okay. Now we've got the bell housing all torqued up, the lockup seal on it. Think I can pick this up out of there, Teresa?
I hope so.
Yeah, I bet
Yeah. Richie. Wow.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Hey, my doctor said I was in good shape.
I know, but I think you still should ask for help.
Yeah, I probably could ask Cody for a second. There we go. Okay. It's all set up, ready to go. Like I said, I've already had this unit together. Took it back apart just so I could kind of go through things with you guys and give a general idea physically what it takes to do one of these. Now, we do air check everything once we get it in. Still come in here and just kind of put just a little bit of air, just enough to make it work. Look at that, nice and beautiful. Same way up here, I just want to listen to it. Look at that, nice and beautiful. Same way, come over here, the 456 drum. Nice little pop. Look at that. That's nice, Teresa.
Yippers.
Have our valve body here. Got everything else in the pan over here. Kind of move things around a little bit. What I have is part of the zip kit here. And these go down in the center support right here. These have to come out to get the center support back out. So they have a thread in here you can put a bolt in. You can kind of dip a little bit of lubricant on it. And then you're going to come in here and you're going to tap that down in there. Just like that. Pull it out. Go grab another one. Put a little bit of lubricant. Same way here. Grab the next one. Put just a little bit of lubricant. Then you just, to get them out, you have to use a slide hammer to get them out.
Looks like you've done this before, Richard.
Well, when you use quality all the way, I mean, it's just, I won't do it without them, Teresa. Now, I see you have them in there. Support won't come out, but if you look at the instructions here, I can tell you always want to keep your instructions, just so you know. It kind of gives you an idea. When you get a zip kit, it shows you everything, how to do this stuff. But it just tells you here, springs required, because they're different thicknesses, see? The end ones are taller than the middle ones are shorter. So they want you to put the short springs in the ends and no springs on the inner ones, it looks like to me. Just, I can tell you, just read it, it tells you. And you take this like this, springs you in there, won't fall out. And I'm going to take and stick this right down in there like that. Just like that. Very simple. If you look at this here on the valve body, these have similar, same thing here. This sits in here like that. But it's not sitting in the case, it's physically sitting in the valve body. Okay. Now they give you two different kits for two different trannies, so that's why you have to pick and choose what you use. On this one here, these had a little groove all the way around right here. So there's 4 of them with a groove and then 4 of them without a groove. And like I said, you get different height springs too. So, and this sits down in here like that. When you put this on there, this is doweled. You can put a little bit of lubricant on it if you want it to go in easier. Just like that. You have your manual valve. That's got to line up in here. This is the easiest valve body pretty much to set on once you get it on there. Real simple. It just fell right in there. Just like that. And of course, you got different bolts here to hold the valve body to the case. Got these funny little ends on here. And you got, I call it like an inverted Torx. You have your neutral safety switch here. When you move your shifter, this moves. Slides this in and out, tells your park, reverse, neutral lights to come on and off. Tells you what gear you're in basically. The trick to a good working tranny is cleanliness. Like I say, the only thing that goes in our parts washer would be the case, tail housing, pans, stuff like that. Nothing goes in there. Drums, anything like that, everything is hand cleaned. Takes a little longer, but the unit will work just like it's supposed to right off the bat. That's why we soak all of our clutches and bands. And you come over to this little jewel. What I like about it, I keep a paper over here. I'll let you take a look at it. I come across this. I don't know where I come across it at, but it's a really good one. If Trace wants to zoom in on it. Gives you the clutch pack clearances. If you take your waves out, each clutch 8 to 12 thousandths clearance if you take your waves out of your 4, 5, 6 or your 3rd, 5th and reverse stuff. So a really nice booklet there. Torque specs. So I like it just to look at it because I mean I'm getting older myself, so it makes it nice just to have it. And this is a really nice torque wrench that I've had for a long time. 71 inch-pounds, guys, so you can see here, it don't take much to move this little deal here. Watch here. Should go right to it. I'll come over here, Trish, on this side. Can you see that needle? I like to start still at the middle, about 71 right there. And kind of come over here maybe, come on, about 71. Come over here, about 71. Come over here. Not 71. These bolts are going to feel a little bit different because you're over the solenoid assembly, a lot of plastic. Still, you want to go still to 71. Okay. 71. And of course, you got your 10. $71. Then you're going to be plugging this in. This has a little bracket right here and a retainer here on the plastic part. You just take and plug it in. This piece here slides down into the aluminum piece. It clips in there like that. Make sure you push your lock. That's your lock that holds it plugged in. Okay. Move that. That moves really nice. And then you have your detent spring here. A 7 or an 8. There we go. How about an 8? How about doing it the easy way? These gloves are so slippery. Still want to try to center it the best you can, even though you have a little tab right there. Same thing. I actually, just me torquing it with the speed handle, put it at almost 95. So it don't take much to tighten that down right there. But that makes your detents. You can hear that clicking like that. You're going to pull this up like that. And then you're going to grab this piece here. We've already put the square O-ring here and your 2 round O-rings here. I'm going to take and just put a little bit of lubricant on it. You don't need to be crazy or anything like that. I also like to put a little bit here. Now this does, see that right there? It lines up in there, so you can't just put it any way. So you got to kind of look in there, and it's towards the bottom of the tranny. Kind of turn it, lock it, take it like that, shove it all the way down. Oops. Back there. Just take something tiny, like a little mallet or something, push it in, just make sure it's in. And when it's in, you're going to be able to lock that. That locked it right there. You can't pull that back out. So, then, of course, you have your filter. Now, if you're doing a service or something like that, you're going to have one of these. But let me tell you guys, I've seen guys try to replace these and ruin the bore down in here where this sets down in there. See that? You can imagine trying to get that out of there to put a new one. So if you're ever doing a service on one of these, the filter is going to have one of these on the neck. Take it off and just stick that in there and see how tight it feels. If it feels like it's really nice and tight, don't get in there and try to pry that out with a screwdriver or some type of chisel and mess up your tranny. Don't stack 2 of them neither.
So basically, just leave that one alone.
Leave it alone.
Okay.
Yeah. So you put that in there, a little lubricant. You're going to set that down in there just like that. There you go. So that's pretty simple there. I don't want to make the video too long because basically all we got to do is put a pan on it, tail housing, flip it back over, get it cleaned up and colored the way he wants it colored and stuff. So, I mean, they're not that bad to do. I think you guys could do them at home with no problem. What I would always do before you're going to do something, get you an ATS G manual. I mean, these manuals are really good. They're cheap on the internet, so really good. Get you one of them. Because even me, doing it 40 years, I do so many trannies, so many clearances and stuff like that. And I'm losing brain cells. I ain't gaining any. I'm trying to gain them, tuning that dirty bird. Let me tell you guys, we went out and raced this weekend and we had a blast. I'm telling you, that Sonex 165 Planetary couldn't keep the front end down. I mean, it was wheelie. We tried to calm it down and still wheeling, but we're going to get there, ain't we, Teresa?
Yeah, and then we got rained out, so we really didn't get to race.
Didn't.
But seat time.
Seat time, definitely learned a lot on the car, so next time out, guys, you better watch out for sure. Well, anyway, we want to thank Miss Teresa for always recording. We want to thank everybody for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, push your notification bell, and have a great day, and see you next time.